It's been an exciting year for sports. With the World Athletics Awards 2022 taking place soon, the world waits with bated breath to see all of the promising nominees for the Women's World Athlete of the Year. As a panel of athletic experts from all over the world gears up to decide the winner of the title, let's get to know the nominees and some other women who made history in the world of sports in this video. First up, let's look at a few nominees for Women's World Athlete of the Year. Tobi Amusan from Nigeria is in the running for this award. She's not just a regular track and field athlete though. Amusan specializes in 100-meter hurdles and also sprints competitively. Her list of achievements is never ending, and when you think of how she's only 25, that's insane. Amusan is the world 100-meter hurdles champion, so when we say she's the best, we're not kidding. Of course, to get to that level, she had to compete in the Commonwealth and African 100-meter hurdles, and she conquered them. She even won the 2022 Diamond League. We haven't even gotten into Tobi's most impressive achievement yet, though. She set a world record of 12.12 seconds for the 100-meter hurdles. That's lightning fast speed, just in case you didn't already know. The next athlete is Chase Ealey from the USA. She is also a track and field athlete, but she specializes in throwing events like shot put. This year in the Women's Athletic Championships, she became the first ever American to win a shot put title at the event. That's not the only impressive thing though. She also became the first person to win the World Championship on the first attempt. Ealey is also the Diamond League champion as well as a World Indoor Shot Put silver medalist. Next, some more athletes in the running for Women's World Athlete of the Year. Kimberly Garcia is an athlete from Peru. She's a race walker, the first from her country to win titles at the World Championships. Now that's an amazing achievement to have your name. Her fellow citizens of Peru must be so proud of her, and they're not afraid to show it either. As for her achievements, Garcia was crowned the 20-kilometer race walk champion at the World Athletics Championship. She also won gold for the 35-kilometer race walk. It's just insane. Kimberly Garcia has been a dedicated athlete for a long time, and she's been making her country proud for years. Back in 2015 and 2016, she was competing in Beijing and at the Rio Olympics. And 5 years later, she's bringing back the gold. The next nominees we'll be looking at in this video is a Venezuelan athlete known as Yolimar Rojas. She's one of the greatest triple jumpers of all time, and it all makes sense when you think about how she holds the current world record for the women's category, 15.74 meters. Rojas is also the Olympic championship and has been crowned the world champion for triple jump thrice, including this year. She won in 2017 and 2019 in London and Doha as well. Yolimar Rojas' story is extremely inspiring for us, but also for any young struggling athlete. She grew up in a deprived area in Venezuela and rarely had enough resources and couldn't practice enough. She moved to Spain to pursue her passion and succeeded. That's admirable. Moving on to some more nominees. When you think of track and field in 2022, there's no way people don't think about this next athlete. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is one of the best sprinters of all time, according to many people. This year she claimed her 5th gold medal in the same event and became the world 100-meter champion once again. She's unbeatable. This Jamaican athlete is also the Diamond League 100-meter champion, along with running the world-leading 10.62 out of her record 7 sub 10.70 100-meter races out of the season. Her career began well over a decade ago back in 2008, but she's not stopping. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is the second fastest woman alive, and it looks like the record she's setting she will be for a long time. Another nominee for the World Athlete of the Year is Shericka Jackson from Jamaica. The sprinter competes in 100, 200, and 400-meter races mostly. Jackson's the fastest woman alive, and her teammate Shelly-Ann is right behind her. She was the world 200-meter champion, along with being the Diamond League champion this year. Jackson's achievements are unparalleled, and that's why she moved to the second place on the world all-time list because of her 21.45 record. Let's talk about Faith Kipyegon and Yaroslava Mahuchik. Kipyegon is a middle distance runner and an excellent track and field athlete. She won the 1500 meter race and became the world champion this year. Faith also won the 1500 meter in the Diamond League. To think these are just her achievements from this year alone, Kipyegon also set the world-leading Kenyan record of 3 hours, 50 minutes, 37 seconds. What's insane about this is that it's just 0.3 of a second away from the real world record for her category. She makes an amazing candidate for the Women's World Athlete of this year. there. Yaroslava Mahuchik is another athlete in the running for this award. The Ukrainian Olympic high jumper has a pretty amazing year. She became the world indoor high jump champion and the world high jump silver medalist this year. She also jumped a world leading record of 2.05 meters, which is equal to the outdoor national best. The European high jump champion is the way to become the best in the world, and we can't wait to see what else is ahead of her. Finally, let's move on to the last two nominees. Sydney McLaughlin is from the USA, being a hurdler and sprinter who specialized in the 400-meter hurdles. She had a pretty tough year this year. She competed in a lot of competitions and events and came out on top in almost every single one, including the World Championships. She won the World 400-meter hurdles event and became the 4x400-meter champion of 2022. McLaughlin also improved the world record to 50.68 to win the world title, which is pretty exceptional. We can't wait to see what's next for her. The last athlete in this category is Shano Miller-Uibo, a Bahamian sprinter who runs in the 200 and 400-meter events. She's the world 400-meter champion as well as the world indoor 400-meter champion. Miller-Uibo has a lot of achievements to her name. She started competing in 2007 and won many medals in just her first competition. She's a two-time Olympic champion as well, and it doesn't look like she's going to be stopping anytime soon. Now let's get into some details about how the nominees were selected. An international panel of athletic experts came together with representatives from all 6 continents. This year was amazing for sports, as was seen in the World Athletics Championships Oregon 22 and the World Athletics Indoor Championships Belgrade 22, along with other events. Needless to say, the first year after COVID went pretty well. As for how the finalists will be selected, there's going to be a 3-way voting process. The World Athletics Council and the World Athletics family will be allowed to vote, and so will fans online. Soon the winners will be announced in December on all the social media platforms of World Athletics. We can't wait. Now let's talk about some legendary female athletes who made history in the sport world. First up, Serena Williams. It's no surprise that Serena Williams is one of the first people to pop up on our thoughts when we're thinking of influential women in sports. Great American male athletes might not have won men's singles Grand Slam championships in years and have repeatedly fallen short in the tennis world. Williams, on the other hand, is widely regarded by many people as one of, if not the greatest tennis player of all time. She has 17 individual Grand Slam titles to her name, 4 Olympic medals, and many more accolades. With her retirement announcement, the entire world has been reminiscing and thinking about her stunning career because it literally is the end of an era. One thing's for sure, she changed the course of not only women's tennis, but sports in general for women. Next, let's look at Ronda Rousey. Rousey's one of the biggest stars ever to come out of the MMA. The bloody and gruesome sport is heavily male-dominated, but Ronda Rousey sure made her mark on it, and no one's forgetting that anytime soon. After her amateur debut back in 2010, her career has just skyrocketed completely. She made history when she became the first fighter who was a woman to sign up with the UFC and paved the way for people to be more accepting of women wanting to pursue this career. That's awesome. Her career in fighting has been great, but Rousey has now picked up other interests and landed roles in infamous movies like the Fast and the Furious franchise. Lastly, let's take a look at Danica Patrick. Patrick is a NASCAR driver who has definitely made history. It's insane to think about how she hasn't won more than a few races in her own career, but still is one of the most influential women in sport. She's a household name, perhaps more well known than half the racers in any other circuit right now. She's a pretty controversial figure in the world of sports, but her influence is simply undeniable. Even though she's not into the sport as much anymore, people still associate her with racing, and that's for a good reason. But that's going to be a wrap for this video, my friends. What do you think of how female athletes have performed this year? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more just like it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.